Are the plastic bottles from which we drink tons of water every day really so bad for health, or is it just a myth? Hello everyone, and welcome to our deep dive into a question that affects us all. Are plastic bottles truly harmful? They're everywhere, from our grocery stores to our gym bags, a seemingly indispensable part of modern life. But beneath their convenience lies a complex story of environmental impact and potential health risks. Today, we're going to uncover the truth about plastic bottles and their far-reaching consequences. Plastic bottles are everywhere, a convenience we often take for granted. But what if this convenience comes at a cost to our health? We're talking about the potential impact on our endocrine system, specifically concerning vital hormones like testosterone and estrogen. At the heart of this issue are chemicals like Bisphenol A or BPA and phthalates. These are commonly found in many plastic products. They give plastic its flexibility and durability, making them ubiquitous in our daily lives, especially in beverage containers. But here's the concern: these chemicals aren't permanently bound within the plastic. They can leach out into the liquids they contain. This leaching process is accelerated by factors like heat, prolonged storage, or even repeated washing and wear. These chemicals are known as endocrine disrupting chemicals, or EDCs. They interfere with our body's delicate hormonal balance. EDCs can mimic natural hormones, block their effects, or alter their synthesis and metabolism, leading to a cascade of health issues. Let's first look at testosterone. EDCs can disrupt its normal function by mimicking or blocking the androgen receptors. Numerous studies have linked exposure to plastic chemicals, particularly phthalates, to decrease testosterone levels in men. This reduction can have significant consequences, affecting various aspects of male health and well-being. Symptoms can include reduced libido, persistent fatigue, and a general lack of energy, impacting daily life. Muscle loss and difficulty building muscle mass, even with regular exercise, are also potential indicators. Perhaps most concerning are the potential fertility issues, as testosterone is crucial for sperm production and reproductive health. Now, let's turn our attention to estrogen. EDCs can act as xenoestrogens, mimicking estrogen in the body. This can lead to increased estrogen levels or altered estrogen activity, affecting both men and women. For women, this imbalance can manifest as reproductive problems, including irregular cycles and difficulty conceiving. There's also a potential link to early puberty in girls, a worrying trend observed in recent decades. Furthermore, altered estrogen activity is associated with an increased risk of certain hormone-sensitive cancers, like breast cancer. So, what can we do to protect ourselves? The good news is there are practical solutions. Opt for safer alternatives to plastic bottles. Glass, stainless steel, and ceramic containers are excellent choices. Avoid heating food or drinks in plastic, as heat significantly increases chemical leaching. Even if the water was clean before it entered a plastic bottle, the probability that it will remain clean afterwards is almost zero. To create any plastic, you need chemical preparations called softeners. These softeners serve to make this plastic soft and flexible. But they also enter the water. It wouldn't be so bad if they didn't act like hormones, disrupting our hormonal balance. Do you know what the most common disease is that is based on a disrupted hormonal balance? There is a non-fiction film called The Plastic Planet, and that's exactly why it's about how the author has been poisoning himself for years with these softeners that are in plastic bottles. And what this leads to, the water we drink is extremely dirty. These hormone-identical ingredients are destroying our entire health as humans. The second thing you will find in water that has been in a plastic bottle is microplastic. What is microplastic? Microplastics are very tiny nanoparticles that break down from this plastic and the water absorbs them. It's like the stone and the sand. Every sand was a stone before, but the water gradually destroys the stones. And that's how these grains of sand are formed. And you can also imagine it with water, and the latest studies on these microplastics show that the average person who lives in a big city and eats normally ingests a credit card worth of microplastics per week. Studies show that plastic is found in our brains. Even one man had it found in his reproductive organs. And of course, it doesn't just come from the water we drink, the food we eat, and the clothes we wear. There's a microplastic everywhere, but mostly it comes from the water we ingest. The third thing that has an extremely harmful effect on water is the material of plastic itself. You know that water has memory. If you haven't studied this, write Masaru Emoto, water, memory, and you will get various books and studies. He shows that water that comes from a spring, when it is frozen on a phone microscope memory, the information it carries is completely different from water that is in a plastic bottle. A crystal clear water makes a crystal snowflake. This crystal snowflake carries information that is beneficial for our cells. And so when we absorb this information, we begin to vibrate at a completely different level of a completely different vibration. Healthy water should not only be clean, as we said, from softeners or microplastics, but it should also be charged with harmonious information from nature, like the water from any spring you find in the mountains. The fourth negative thing that plastic brings into your life is the pollution of nature, and very few people understand what we are doing with this plastic to our planet Earth. The one that should feed us, the one that should take care of us, the one that is our home. Let's take care of the planet that God gave us, just as nature takes care of us. Let's think a little about this plastic. What happens to it? Where does it go? Most often it goes to the seas and somewhere in nature. What kind of nature do we want to leave to those who come after us? Each of us is responsible for this. Think about how you can use less and less plastic in your life. And a water purification system is not only the cheapest, but also the healthiest. The cleaner nature is, the healthier and purer we are. Because one of the elements of health is always cleanliness. Clean nature, clean earth, clean people, healthy people. The fifth reason not to buy plastic water is the money you pay for it. The money we spend monthly, and therefore annually, on burying water in plastic bottles, given that they are so harmful to our health, is unjustified. At the same time, a quality water purification system costs you 5 times cheaper for crystal clear water that you don't have to carry. You don't have to worry about its quality. So buying plastic bottles is one of the most expensive things you can do to provide water for your family. Find yourself spring water, and it doesn't matter if it's a bottle from a water purification system or from a spring. Drink it for a week and you will notice that this water from a plastic bottle has a disgusting taste. And if you get used to drinking clean water, this one from a plastic bottle will seem bad to you. And the truth is that nowadays we have forgotten the real, incredibly wonderful taste of spring water in nature. Find another solution for drinking water. What is the opposite of plastic? Because if plastic is the most harmful, with the worst taste thing that can do to your water. What is the opposite? What is the best, the most useful, the most beautiful, and the best tasting? Crystal, incredible taste. If you haven't tried it, pour really good water into a glass cup, into a plastic cup, into a wooden cup, into a metal cup. Pour it into a crystal cup and you will always feel a better and different taste in a crystal cup than in any other cup you drink water. But this only proves that water has a memory, and when you put it in a crystal glass it starts to vibrate on another level. You feel it in the taste, your body feels it too. But whatever you do, the most important thing is to stop buying this plastic and stop drinking water from plastic bottles. There are much cheaper, much healthier, much easier, much more convenient ways to get water for your family and your home. Ring the bell now so you don't miss any notifications for every videos like this one we upload to the channel. Subscribe now and you will receive effective workout as well. This doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us grow the channel to reach more people to help, for which we sincerely thank you. Busy Fit Life channel is here to provide you with the best advice on training, nutrition, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle even with your busy daily schedule.